Hi everyone, Byron Martin here at Logee's Greenhouses, and today we're going to be talking about 5 great plants that you can grow indoors in an office space. And particularly we're looking at plants that can take maximum amount of stress and still be fine when you come back after your weekend. Of that group of plants, the philodendrons or the aroids fit the bill usually pretty well. Here we have Scindapsus silvery Anne, which is a trailing plant, although this one has been twined around itself to contain it. You can see it runs along, if not encouraged to do something else. For all of these plants, they're low light, and yet low light means they do need some light. And so in an office, there's a lot of fluorescent light coming off the ceiling, and that can actually be enough to maintain them. However, under those conditions, you're not going to get really good growth. It's more of a stationary thing. There will be some growth, but you'll see that if they start growing and the leaves start getting smaller, that means the light level is obviously too low. Next, we have a wonderful little Sansevieria cylindrica or Boncel. This is actually in a very small pot and needs to be moved up. And these really are the most indestructible plants probably in potted horticulture. They can go for months without water, and in a situation like this, particularly under low light, they may not grow very much, but you can go away for a long vacation, and when you come back, little Boncel will be there waiting for you. Most of these plants want to be watered, dried, and can take the stress of dryness. These can take severe dryness and still be fine. We also have the Monstera Peru here, which is a climber. Here we've staked it, which works out very well, and you can just wrap it around itself. As I mentioned, they're not going to be very fast growers, so when you bring a plant into a situation like that, what you see is what's going to be in the growing area for some time in that state. So this is Philodendron silver stripe, which is another aroid that tolerates very dry conditions and long periods of dryness. There's actually a silver striping along this golden midrib that gives it its color. And it's a beautiful vine. On a small stake like this, you could keep that in your office for many years, just kind of twining it around itself, tying it up. You get some twist ties and tie them on, and you wrap it around and you let it go this way and that. And lastly, we have a Alocasia, black velvet. This is actually a really beautiful plant. It is actually a good grower for an Alocasia. However, Alocasias really don't like it cold. Some of these other plants can tolerate that for short periods. Alocasias you want to keep above 60 degrees. It also can tolerate long periods of dryness, but you don't want to go too far on this. If you're going to take a month's vacation, you probably might want to bring that home or give it to a friend or something, because it'll put it into a dormancy if it's put under too much stress. Under these conditions, which are pretty stressed with low light, you don't really want to fertilize them very much. They could probably use it maybe once a year, maybe twice a year, and because you don't want to force them. If you put feed on them and it's warm, they're going to want to grow, and if the light level is very low, they're going to get straggly and leggy and so on. So remember, always when you're growing container plants, low light, less fertilizer, high light, more fertilizer. And the other good news about all of these is they really don't get any bugs, so you can just forget about having to deal with insects and disease and all that affect some other container plants. Well, thanks for watching. There's some ideas for plants to grow in your office. If you'd like any more information, visit us at logees.com.